Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Spectrobes Origins. This is like episode 16. I'm excited for this episode. Well, not actually, because I don't even know what we're doing technically, because I know that we're here to do a planet, but all the specifics blanked my mind. You know, 1 o'clock in the morning, we're doing this anyway, because you guys were like, hey, we like it when you upload, so we're going to upload. So, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to be a little bit crazy. Anyways, my name's J-Ron, and I have a co-host,
Homerman76.
and we're going to be playing Menahat today, in not Manhattan. Last episode I was calling it Manhattan for some reason. I'm not even sure why.
Oh look, we got weird cowboy
these
guys.
When you get to Manhattan, when am I going to stop that? Menahat. You're going to run these guys. This is some dude's campouts, and they're on Menahat for... Actually, I don't know the reason why.
It's a mining colony.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. And so these guys we're going to run into a little bit, and apparently they're calling us shady, even though they're the ones wearing the scarves over their faces, the big coats, the hats, and we're just in uniform. So, not terribly a good argument to have. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, once you talk to them, you're going to be able to go throughout the mining institution. Right words? I don't know. Anyways, and so what we're going to be looking for is 3 guys with exclamation marks over their heads, because they're the people who we should talk to. That would be one of them. And once we talk to the 3 people with the exclamation marks over their head, we can go talk to the main worker, the manager guy, and we can get the door to be open for us, and then we can go find Neil, which still, unfortunately, we have to go find Neil. And so we're talking to them because they know about a little bit about Neil. And a lot of them talk about how they're really surprised that he's an explorer, because Neil, as they're describing, is really skinny and really nerdy. And so how he would be an explorer, I'm not exactly sure. But anyways,
he's got either the worst luck imaginable or the greatest luck imaginable. We cannot figure it out because he's always finding what he wants, but he's always getting into terrible situations.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. We're going to show you him here in a second. In this main part of this planet is we have to go into a whole bunch of ruins, and he finds them like every single time, but by stupid accident where he gets himself stuck somehow. So yeah, those were the 3 people we had to talk to, and obviously that triggered something. Now we can talk to the guy in front of the gate, and he'll let us through. As for the main manager guy, he actually doesn't care about us up until a little bit longer. Actually, a little bit longer may not be so long away, because apparently we have to go get clearance from him right now in order to do anything. So, go do that. Homer?
Huh?
It's like you're not even here!
Because I'm paying attention to the game.
I don't know.
Plus, I don't really know what to say.
Well, you're
kind
just sucking it up now, aren't you?
Well, I don't have much. There's not much for me to talk about. You kind of described the entire situation.
Well, yeah, it doesn't mean you have to make me do it by myself. You make me feel lonely.
You talk really fast and it's rude to interrupt people. What do you want me to do?
Just be more like Kyle. He interrupts me anyway. Makes it funny. I don't know.
Well, this is just kind of one of those... It's like there's a difference between Legend of Zelda and Spectrobes. There's more to talk about while playing
Well, there's not. Well, okay, there's a lot to talk about, but most of the stuff we talk about isn't even Zelda.
Well, I know that.
Have you ever even watched our channel?
I know how it goes, Joshua.
Anyways, audience, I'm just giving it a hard time because, you know, some people out there understand, because there's a lot of gaming channels out there growing and everything, and gaming is an interesting thing to do. By the way, Dyrus, he obviously doesn't like us. Even Gina describes it as a corporate jerk. However, now that we've talked to him, we can still go through the gates. Anyways,
I thought I would be not should but would.
What?
I thought I'd be able to go through the crates.
No.
Well, there's like a gap
Well,
enough
yeah, but
for
it
you to-
closes. Anyway, so now we got
No,
talked
it
to
doesn't.
Dyrus. We're able to get through to the gates and go to the Great Desert. Great Desert is just a huge expanse. Well, comparatively for game, obviously is bigger than what we actually get to go through. However, in this desert, there are several ruins under the ground, which we're going to be going to. And then there's a whole bunch of things on the different walls of the desert. Interestingly enough, there's not very many actual crawl fights.
Giant of eons past, hibernating here undisturbed, refreshing your awesome power. With my own dark power, I command you now to cease your selfish slumbers. The time is nigh for a terrible reckoning. It is done. Go now. Shake off your stupor and rage once more. Flay this planet raw. Fulfill the dread destiny denied you in ages past.
He sure likes to talk a lot for a villain.
Speaking of Miora's mask,
What?
that fish thing really looks a lot like Georg.
Huh. If you guys have ever played Majora's Mask, which is one of the greatest Zelda games, there's a boss named Georg who is essentially a giant fish you have to face. And instead of a fish in water,
buzzing.
we're going to be fighting a fish in the sand. And it's going to be a really interesting fight. What are you doing exactly? Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
following
so
my
anyways,
Spectrobe.
in the Great Desert, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of things to do. However, the Spectrobe is the one that's going to lead you to a lot of the things, and one of them being Neil.
Guy couldn't get lost on a nice beach somewhere, no. This is enough to make me miss Kogo area.
Not me. You almost drove me crazy there complaining about the cold.
No way, me? Well, whatever. All I'm saying is Mr. Explorer better turn up soon. I swear I'm turning into a baked potato here.
It's a voice. Someone's calling to us. Someone's trapped down there. We gotta get him out.
It's gotta be our guy. Neil, right? Hey, Neil, can you hear me? We're up here in the ruins.
We're here to get you out. What's your condition?
What? Somebody there? Neil. I mean, don't, you don't have to kneel. My name's Neil.
It is him.
Neil, tell us what happened to you. How'd you get trapped down there?
How? I don't know, really.
What do you mean you don't know? What's the last thing you remember?
Thing? I will, well, it could have been that mechanism I was, messing around with.
Mechanism?
Somebody's stupid!
Okay, so Rollin has a right to complain about the heat on this world. He's wearing mostly black and completely long sleeves and all that. But Koga area is like, Rollin, Gina has more right to complain about the cold than you do. Stop being a wuss.
Well, we've talked about it before. In Kogo area, they was stinking freeze to death by like 10 minutes time. I mean, that's an ice planet, and they're going in like strolling like nothing's happening. Gina's wearing a skirt, short sleeved shirt. Nothing's happening. Well, whatever the case. So there's a few things to get around here. Around this little ruin thing.
Nice.
If you look around for a little bit, you should be able to find something to trigger the mechanism Neil was talking about. I believe it is by the cactus or something like that. All I know is that the first time we ever played this, it actually took us quite a while to... Ooh, attack mineral. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got that earlier.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the mechanism should be by the big cactus, I believe. That's
this
where...
cactus?
Yeah, I think so, maybe.
No.
Isn't there anything to do? No? Okay. Well, maybe not. Well, whatever the case, Neil can suck it up for a little bit. So in this area, like I was saying earlier, there's actually not that many crawl to fight, not that many crawl battles. However, there is a bunch of stuff on the sides and in the walls into this place. The way you can get to a few things is like what Homerman just did, and have your Spectrobe activate switches like this. And this is how you get into the ruins we were talking about. Ruins, how many do you think there are? 6?
I think there was like 6 or 7.
I think it's like 6 or something. But regardless, there's a lot of ruins in this place to go for. And all of them are actually pretty cool because there's a lot of stuff inside of them. They're pretty short.
Into the desert
and they have some good fights to have. And so... for the rest of this desert, along some of the walls, there's some stone markers or stuff like that to get some legendary weapon, and so we'll get that later for you. But for now, we're gonna want to do finding Neil, like the game's telling us to.
No, for now, I want to excavate our new fossil and hopefully get a better Earth guy.
Well, go ahead. I mean, we just did get something. Let's see.
Not to mention
new one.
Spectrobes is nice.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a mineral. However, I do think it's a Spectrobe because it was in the middle of the Great Desert.
Yeah.
So...
there we go.
Wait.
Oh,
he looks familiar.
That is because that he is, in fact...
is he my Aztec guy?
Yep, he's the little Aztec guy.
Crazy. I wonder if he's gonna be... he should probably be higher in level if you get a good percentage. If you don't kill him like you almost did. So yeah, the Aztec guy, this is his child form, and so you can probably tell from the figure. And if he's actually higher in level, it might be a better idea to swap him out with the one we currently have, because well, higher level, just easier to work with, right? And so since we're a higher level with ourselves as the main player, it's easier to get a higher level for the Spectrobes, like Homerman explained at a different time. That's what determines that either both your rank and how high your level is, because the game will determine their level based on something like that.
Oh,
so,
and for rank, it's based on both time and HP.
Well,
so
yeah, but we've already explained that before.
Don't spend forever being cautious.
Yeah, you just gotta be clean cut and in a decent time. However, if you run into some bruises, it's not so bad. Rank B isn't terrible. However, stop sucking!
Now, I am tired and I will do as I please.
Yeah, I don't care for your tiredness. It's no excuse to suck. Let's see. Rank... C, you suck.
Shut up.
Level 21, that's not even helpful.
Even I would have gotten a B most likely anyways.
Well,
well, otherwise anyways, and B would only get us level 28.
well, whatever the case. So if you ever want to not have to train Spectrobes, just go ahead and get the Spectrobes you like in a new fossil once your level is higher as the trainer. Not trainer, but Spectro Master. And so if you do that, it's an easy way just to get some higher level Spectrobes. Like, let's say you only had level
Especially
25.
later in the game.
Yeah, later in the game,
the end.
you get some crazy high level Spectrobes. The first time we ever played this game, we instantly excavated somebody to be like level 73 or something. It was some sort of octopus Spectrobe, and it was like really useful because everybody else was like level 50. It was kind of odd. Anyways.
And then we also got the Leviathan at level 60 Leviathan, so we had 2 of those in our team.
Oh yeah, we did have 2 Leviathans, didn't we? Well, we keep calling it Leviathan. Leviathan is a totally different creature from the Loch Ness Monster. I still think it only looks like the Loch Ness Monster. Whatever the case, Homerman switched that out for the shoes because
yeah, but I like to call
really hates the shoes for some reason.
Because the shoes suck. It's
Well,
so
yeah.
unoriginal.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Well, whatever the case. So now that we're inside the ruins, they're essentially a short version. What are you doing?
I'm just saving.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ending. I'm just saving.
Oh,
No,
okay.
wait. If I had hit no, we would have been ending.
I was gonna say we should at least find Neil first, right? Anyways, so Neil actually stumbled into this place, and it's a ruin, which is what he was trying to find. That's why we described that Neil has horribly good and horribly bad luck. Obviously, he got himself trapped, but he got what he was looking for. So, I'm not sure what exactly...
why am I wielding the sky sword?
Because Yagi's sword is awesome.
But we're in an earth place.
I know, but it was... We were at Wheatera first. And whatever the case, just choose another sword. Or
Go with
something.
the Zaza sword, which is our most powerful sword at the moment. Not to mention it's kind of fire.
Yeah, and so in this planet there is actually a certain axe that is a very special grass axe. And the reason that it is so special...
I'm pretty sure we have the grass axe.
No. Well, we have the mace thing. It might be grass or maybe... Actually, I think it's an earth one. So there's a special... axe we can get here that has really good attack. It has the third highest attack in the game, and it has a 2-attack combo, which is special for an axe because the axe usually only does 1. And so it also has the chance to do the slow effect, and it does also an area-wide attack. So that's essentially a really good axe to do in like super heated, like surrounded battles. If you ever have the need to do something like that, it will be your man. Man, it's an item.
Here's Neil.
Neil, you alright?
Take a breath. It's okay. You're safe now. How long do you think you were down there?
A while. No big deal. Happens all the time.
Really? And you don't mind?
Not really. Getting trapped in tunnels and traps and stuff is, well, it's sort of what I do. Ooh, true story. So, I popped a piton on a mountain climb about a month ago. Well, maybe a couple of years, but anyway, I spent a whole week dangling from a cliff in a raging blizzard.
That's unbelievable. Well, I guess this was nothing then.
So your name's Neil, right? And you're an explorer? Well, we're from the Nanairo Planetary Patrol. My name's Gina, and this is my partner, Rollin. We've been looking for you.
Really? Me?
Yes, you! You're the only one who has the name Neil and sent out a distress call. My goodness. Anyways, so he actually tells us right here, 7 small ruins. And so it's something about a legend of some Spectrobe, some crawl thing. I would know, but Homer's skipping text.
It's the crawl. It's a crawl and Spectrobe legend.
Yeah.
Giant crawl attacked Menahat a long time ago,
and they were saved.
They used a device and a special Spectrobe, the Pegasus.
They summoned a special Spectrobe, the Pegasus, to destroy the
Well,
giant
it
crawl.
wasn't. They didn't actually destroy it. They more or less wounded it, as the guy, whatever his name was, put it. They wounded it in such a way that it had to go a few years.
And so the crawl that you saw earlier that was revived by the crawl person is actually the same crawl from that legend. And so once we awaken all 7 ruins, what's supposed to happen is that we're supposed to awaken the Spectrobe, machine, whatever we want to call it. And so that's why Neil's here. However, this now perks our interest because, you know, Spectrobes happens to be our special ability. And not to mention, there's some nice loot here for us to get for our purposes as well. Let's see. And so, all of the ruins are actually pretty small places. You just gotta go find them just like you found the first one, and usually the Spectrobe can show you where they are, or you could take a look at your map, because the map is dotted with these blue dot things, and the blue dots shows where you can get into a ruin. And I'm not entirely sure how an ancient race built a device like that.
I know, it's always kind of weird stuff. It's just kind of like the whole Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
and any other ancient ruins when it comes to traps and stuff. It's like, these traps seem a little more complex than an ancient civilization should have access to. Not to mention, it really shouldn't work this far into the future.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what power source they're using, but whatever it is, it seems to be pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I
willpower.
thought for sure that there was.
There's a door to go through. I know what you're talking about. There is actually a few things at the end of the room, I believe, for some of the ruins, just not all of them. And so Neil, even though he wasn't with us, came with us something. And so you're actually going to run into him a couple more times before the end of this. And so he begins to idolize us because, well, we are pretty awesome.
I told you there was
Plus-
7.
Yeah, well, whatever the case. Once they're all not combined, but assembled, they actually make some sort of circle thing, and that's what revives whatever it is underneath. And so he actually gives you a couple hints here. He actually gave a hint about a cactus with a red flower. And so he also advised us to use plant-type Spectro battling against some of the crawl because, you know, super effective. Although this is all stuff we pretty much already knew, or something we could tell you, or something you could find out for yourself. Now, we just gotta look for the clue which he gave us, which was giant cactus. However, I propose we go save and call it a day, so we can do the runes all at once next episode. Maybe all at once. It may take more than one episode. I mean, there is
Alrighty
6
then.
more. So
Okay, where do I go to save though?
well, there was a save option in the ruins. You can do whatever you want. However, I don't particularly care to have them see all the way to the save place. So I can just tell you right now, we could just sign out and be like, hey guys, see you guys next time, which is what we're doing right now. So see you guys next time. Peace
Bye.
out. If you talk to this guy, he's some sort of sailor dude, and he's like, he's fixing the bridges, but I have something for you. I'll tell you an amazing story. Want to pass some time away? I'll tell you the tale, and you'll find it interesting. If you're like, yeah, he'll tell you it. If you say no, he'll tell you it. Hang on, gotta hit him. It's hard with the hook shot, but come on. Ta-da!
What in the name of God?
Wasn't that the best?
Oh my! You think it'll ever happen to you?
Well, now I've learned my lesson.